Yes, everybody. How is everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. This is your Champions League preview, guys. Champions League preview. We're one day away. Tomorrow's the big one. Liverpool, Real Madrid in Paris, Champions League final. Can Liverpool bring home number 7? Let's get Savage in here as well, my friend.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. Apart from for some reason, my cheekbone is absolutely killing me. I don't know what I slept on last night, but I'm in absolute agony. I don't know what I've done to it. You know when you just sleep weird? Oh, yeah. I must put too much pressure on it. But yeah, so everyone who has been asking me, I have now seen the thing that happened on Coppish. I mean, so many messages. I've had so many messages today, and yes, last night. Did you see what happened on Coppish? Did you see what happened on Coppish?
When we were doing our stream, and I think Ant said it in the chat, I thought that it was just like Daps tried to be like funny about Man City, and Callum just cooked him verbally about I just thought banter. So then when I finished the stream and went back and watched it, I could see it building a little bit because I seen Daps getting mad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I was like, when I heard him say, "Callum, you need to shut your mouth," I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I was like, "Callum ain't gonna let that go." And then the rest happened, man.
Proper aggressive.
Football does that to people, man. Football does that to people, man. Trust me.
Just they've taken the video down now and their thing as well.
Yeah, because when I was watching the rest of it, I had paused it to go and do some work, and then when I went back, it just went private, man. So right now, Jamie, me and you are the only one who have like this treasure footage, bro. I might save it for a few years and sell it, bro.
It's mad. Look, I've actually been on Daps's channel before and everything like that, and he said it was nice to me.
Yeah, Daps is a nice guy, man. But trust me,
I think he had a few too many sherbets last night, maybe. And
he's always got the Magnum in his hand, doesn't it? When he's in the stream, and now he's a good guy, man. But if you watch all the streams back when he's on it, there's certain things about Man City that he won't allow you to say. He'll just get. I saw it when we when they got knocked out against Madrid.
Yeah.
Somebody went to say something about not their fans, and then he was losing it, and he was like, "If you're gonna slag off Guardiola, I'm just gonna leave the stream." I was like, "All right."
It was nuts. It's not right, lads.
All right, the boys. I'm excited.
I'm
excited.
Yeah, we were just talking about I don't know if you saw what happened on Coppish last night.
No.
Daps, the Man City fan. YouTuber.
Yeah.
Him and Callum have a proper fight last night. Live on it.
Over footy. I know we can now. It's like bloody hell. People get so riled over football.
It was pure emotion. Emotion is a horrible thing if you can't control it. And I think they gave it sweet, but
you know what it is with Man City fans, though, isn't it, man? Like there's certain things that it really hurts them when you say it. Because I get it though, because in their head they're like, we've been dominant for the last half a decade, and you guys have still got stuff to say to us. And we're like, yeah, we do. You're never gonna. They just want to be part of the rest, innit? Like they want to be part of, and it's not gonna happen for a long time. But they'll just eat it, innit? You've got the league, man. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but nice one for having me on, Jay. Good to speak to you, Savage, as always. I've just been sorting the back garden house for all the lads.
Can't wait.
You'll be sleeping in there, Jay, tonight. Only joking. You'll be in the house. Not that sly.
Let me in the garden with the dog. Is how it goes.
Yeah. An angry lad.
You're Andrew.
All right.
How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, obviously I've had some worse news. I'm not going to say anything, but tomorrow I'm looking forward to tomorrow anyway. So
yeah. Cheer you up, mate. I saw it on Twitter. So don't worry, man. It's all cool. So Champions League preview, guys. How are we all feeling, Savage? How are we feeling, mate? One day away, 24 hours.
I'm very excited. Like, I think there's always going to be a little bit of nerves there, but I get that with every Liverpool match anyway. But I'm actually really excited. Sometimes when you get the build-up footage towards the game and you start watching it, it's on like every couple of hours, and just watching it, I don't think I felt more confident in Liverpool. Actually, I was confident in the Tottenham game, but against like a massive team, I've never been more confident, man. I feel like it's the anticipation of what you think is going to happen in the game more than anything now. It's not about if I think we're going to win or not. It's just how we win. Are we going to blitz them? Because no one's expecting that. But we did it against Man City in the FA Cup, and I don't think anyone was expecting that either. So, or is it going to be a dragged out one? But for me, I don't think it's going past 90 minutes. I think we beat them. And yeah, I'm happy about it, man. Virgil and that look very confident.
They do. Jack, how you feeling, mate?
As Sarah just said, I just want this game over and done with, and then we can hopefully enjoy our summer. It's been an amazing summer, whatever does happen, lads, and we've all said this. 2 trophies, if it's free, even better. Absolutely fantastic. But it's not like, I think I said after, I don't know, you lads felt after we got beat by Real all those years ago, I was like, we'll be back next year. And at the time, I was probably a bit naive, but I was confident. But obviously in 05, it was a once in a blue moon. Obviously, I know Rafa was very good in Europe, but this team is good enough to be back in 3 finals in 5 years is mad. It's unprecedented, really. Only obviously Liverpool, Real Madrid, and obviously the great AC Milan teams back in the day. But I'm confident, as David said, if we can play our game. I know we can talk about Real Madrid, but City in the FA Cup final, they had a couple of changes, didn't have Ederson in goal, but if we play our tip-top form, we've got world-class players in every position. And if we can handle the final better, I know they've got a lot of experience in their midfield, as everyone said, but we play our game. Yes, we can talk about Vinicius Junior down the left and that. But if Trent's on his game, Vinny's got to go the other way. And he's got to be switched on defensively. I know Carlo would have drilled them all over the last couple of weeks, but yeah, I'm excited, boys. What it over and done with, and then we can enjoy our summer, hopefully. And look forward to next season. But yeah, it's special moments, boys. Isn't it? I've had 4 European finals in my 20. I have to think how old I wasn't 26, 27 years anyway. It's madness. Certain clubs in Manchester have never been to more than 1 European final. What not win one, like, but yeah, we'll move on.
You'll get that score in a minute. You get. I was just looking at this. They were saying that a man's man's gone missing in Paris or something, ain't he, from last night, and they can't find him. I saw it on Twitter now. I think Redmen and some other Liverpool YouTubers have put out a thing for him. Like,
you say someone's gone missing?
Yeah. So
Liverpool fan.
Yeah, Liverpool fan last night in his group about 1:30 last night. He hasn't been seen. No one knows where he is. Everyone that he's with are already worried. And
he's an older gentleman, isn't he? I don't think he's got a phone.
An older gentleman. Yeah, he's an older gentleman. And LFC.
Have they been drinking at all? You know.
I have no idea. But LFC Day Troopers and Red Men and all that put out a thing saying, like, if you see him, people know.
Stay vigilant, especially like big capital cities in Paris and like London and around the world. So you do get like seen loads of pickpocketing people and get, but it's not expected, but it's big cities.
I hope he's all right. Andrew, I know you've had some bad news, but how are you feeling for the game tomorrow? Excited? Nervous?
I'm a bit of both, actually, to be fair. I think, obviously, Madrid, we've seen how good they are over the years, how really, like attacking-wise, they've been. Obviously, Benzema's their top goal scorer at the moment. Phenomenal, world-class player. Vinny Jr. is absolutely incredible. Same as probably Rodrigo as well, who's only 21. But I think overall, this game will mean more to Liverpool than Madrid because we need to get revenge on Madrid after what happened years ago. Obviously, Salah got injured and he got his arm pulled off by fucking Ramos. Sorry for me language. Pardon me language. But I feel like Salah's gonna get revenge this time. I think he's got to step up. This time, he hasn't been, obviously, all season. He's been quiet, as in like this half of the season. But I think he'll step up in this final. And I think Diaz has been obviously phenomenal. I think he's going to cause problems against Carvajal. And then Mane's just going to be Mane. Like,
No, agree. So Rich from Eagle Eye Football had said that it's the key to this game, the midfield battle. So it's a good question because, as we know, Liverpool have a couple of midfield doubts in Fabinho and Thiago. Personally, I don't. We'll get around the table here, but I think Thiago and Fabinho will play.
Mhm.
Obviously, you look at Madrid's midfield. It's been what? That midfield three's been together for 8 years, is it now? Modric, Casemiro,
Ridiculous, man.
and
That has to be the most successful midfield of all time. It
yeah,
must be.
we all talk about Iniesta, Busquets, and Xavi, but I don't think they won
4 Champions League and 3 league titles.
Yeah, I think this might be the most. It's an incredible midfield, but it is getting older. It is getting older, and look, Modric, as great as he is, the man's 36, and Casemiro, I think he's only 30, but he's a decent player, Casemiro, and but Toni Kroos is the one for me. I think Toni Kroos is actually the weak link in their midfield, which is crazy to say. I mean, I think he's only 32, but he's never been the most mobile, but literally he's got no mobility now. And I would say it's the weakest part, but I'll go around the table. So it's midfield battle tomorrow.
Yeah.
You see that's the main key, and if so, where is it won or lost for Liverpool and Madrid?
I think from the I think an overview of the game, midfield is probably the most important. But at the same, I think you're right about Modric is way more mobile than Kroos, considering the age gap. I just remember watching Modric against PSG, and I watched him run the whole length of the pitch to catch Messi and tackle him and run back. So he just seems to spring to life sometimes. Toni Kroos is in his Pirlo phase now. He doesn't move much. You just don't give him time. If somebody's trying to run in behind and you give him time to pass the ball, he will pick out a pass. He did it to us last season quite easily. But obviously we're a different team now. And Casemiro gets about. He kind of does his Fabinho job. They're all class players. As a younger, fitter, more intense. And I think if we get obviously Fabinho's coming back off an injury. For me, I'd probably start Henderson and then bring Fabinho on. But just because I know Hendo he'll put in a shift and he'll follow one of them around all game. So yeah, I actually think the key to the game is stopping crosses coming in the box more than anything. We lack that sometimes. If you look at the goals we've conceded, even like Villarreal, it was just some of it's just like lackluster, kind of putting your leg out to get to the ball. But Rodrigo, when he comes on, that's what he did against Man City. He came on, started whipping the ball in, and that's where Benzema shines, because he doesn't get in behind Benzema. He kind of drags you in, and then waits for a cutback. And if Virgil can just sit on him, I think we'll win the game. Pretty simple, to be honest. Yeah. So
I agree, Jack. Same question to you, mate.
Agree with Savage as well. It's going to be interesting, and I think potentially the game could be won off the bench. I don't know how you lads feel in relation to. I don't know if you have seen a lot of Real in the Champions League. I think we all have on the highlights or whatnot. Even he seems to bring on obviously younger, fresher legs. Whether they start Valverde, Camavinga, we just mentioned the 3 world-class players in which they've got in the midfield. Been there, done that. But similar with us with Henderson and Milner, even if we play our midfield 3, I think the game potentially could be won off the bench. And it would be interesting for me. I've seen a lot of people say they'd bring on Thiago and Fabinho, but if you brought them on and then they got injured and you had to sub them back off, that just uses a sub. I don't know. So
you're right.
We'd be all fuming if we started Thiago and Fabinho and you had to come off and it was like 20 minutes in. Be worst case scenario, but give it a go. I think it will be the subs. It will be pivotal, not just for Real, but for Liverpool.
I agree, brother.
Yeah, if you're bringing off Jota, or if you're bringing on, not that you bring on Diaz because he's starting, or other players bench for Liverpool, but it'll be interesting. But both world-class managers, they're so good. if Ancelotti's raising his eyebrow, I can't even do it. I can't even do it. If he raises that eyebrow and he's got his Everton kit on, he could be 3-0 down the first 20 minutes. But yeah, he means business when Carlo raises his eyebrow, so hopefully he's not doing that on Saturday. But just so for me, be pivotal.
Fair enough. Andrew, same question.
Midfield, obviously both teams have got world-class playing midfielders and stuff. Obviously, I don't want to see Thiago start. It's only because you don't want to risk him after he's just come back from injury. I'd probably bring him on the 60th minute, like the last 30 minutes of the game. I'd like to see Harvey get a chance. Like, I'd love to see Harvey get his first ever like Champions League final start.
That'd be big, that wouldn't it? That'd be good.
Yeah, I'd love to see, because like again, he's another player who obviously that Southampton game like a few weeks ago, he was fantastic, and then obviously he had to get taken off. But I think my midfield tomorrow, for me, I don't know, because Fabinho, like, he's really strong in that like holding role, isn't he? And I don't know how it's gonna go, but like I think Henderson will probably start. I'm hoping Harvey gets a chance, to be honest, because like it'd be so like amazing for him to like step up in this final, and then maybe Fabinho.
Yeah, I think the big one, lads, I don't know, use field chat as well. Naby, he's the biggest conundrum. He's been really good this season when he has played, but if he plays like he did last season against Real, be some question marks really, wouldn't there? But he's got qualities, as we've seen in the cup this season as well when we played City. If Naby is on his game, hopefully it's that midfield against obviously when we played Man United. Even if Milner does play, if he starts as quick as you want and force Real Madrid back if you possibly can. But Naby, I'd love him to start and put in an amazing performance because he can win a game on his own if he's on his game. But it's if you get the polar opposite, the different Naby where he's not tracking back and he's got runners, especially a Camavinga running off the back of him, you could be causing issues really. But yeah, I don't know how you lads feel about Naby going into Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at it, so the way I look at it, the 5 substitution rule is the big key here. So that's why I think Thiago and Fabinho will start, because you've got that 5 substitution rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Naby's an interesting one. He really is. I just think in games like this, Jordan Henderson plays him because Jurgen Klopp just trusts him more than any other player. And I think that's why Hendo plays. And to be fair to Hendo, he deserves it as well. I mean,
he's been great the last 5 games.
The end of this season, I think he's been tremendous. The work he's put in, and I think he goes unnoticed because he's not the sexy footballer, you know. So I think he goes unnoticed what he does, but what he does on the pitch and off, you know, and off the ball as well. His work off the ball is extreme. He's world class. His work off the ball is literally world class, and I've always said it about Henderson. He isn't a world class footballer, but he works in a world class system. He works at a world class level for someone who's not a world class player. That's what I've always said about Jordan. That's why he wins the stuff he wins. He plays at such a high level. And I think him off the ball tomorrow, for me, has to play because I like Naby. I think Naby can be a good impact substitution coming on the pitch, but we've got to make sure we're defensively and attackingly sound tomorrow. It's very important. And I know a lot of people worry about Vinicius Junior against Trent, but for me, I think Real Madrid and Ancelotti are having the same thoughts about Trent actually attacking Real Madrid tomorrow as we're thinking the other way around. You know, Salah and Trent on that right hand side against Mendy at their left back and Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior doesn't like running backwards.
He doesn't defend.
He don't like it. He hates it. And I can see Liverpool going a lot down Real Madrid's left-hand side tomorrow, attacking that side because Mendy's not the best. Vinny doesn't like coming back. So you could really, Salah and Trent can really push them because Trent's going to be on the halfway line. Salah's just going to be in front of him. We can really push and stop that line. And we know how good we are with offsides. Our offsides are ridiculously good with Virgil in the team. So that line, even though it's going to be high tomorrow and people are going to be freaking out because, you know, how quick Vinny is and Benzema and all that. But that line is so good when Virgil's part of it. I'm not actually too worried about Vinny on that side. I think that takes care of itself. I think Madrid have the bigger problem with Salah and Trent on their left hand side than we do with Vinny. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, Savage.
I think it's so interesting, isn't it? Because every time I go to think where our games won and lost or whatever, it's actually there's so many different aspects of the game. I think what Jack said about Naby is true. I've been quite like with my praise of Naby through the season. I've not been trying to undermine what he's done, but I do think sometimes, and it's just an opinion, I think there's an overreaction to how good he plays because we're not used to seeing it, and it's because he's been so injured. Because I've seen games where he's been good and people like his man of the match, and I'm like, he was good. Well, you know what I mean? He was just doing what. Yeah, because for me, I'm like, if he's good in them games, and I'm like, well, then Hendo and Fabinho are man of the match, then if that's the case. But Fabinho thinks a massive call. I agree with Andrew about playing. The only problem is with Fabinho, I don't remember seeing him in his Liverpool career coming back from an injury and being good in the first game back.
No,
like he normally takes a bit of time to get back into the game, and obviously we don't have time. But I think we tear them up on the Diaz and Robbo side, man. I think that's where we tear them up on that side. Honestly, I don't think they'll be able to live with it. They're always going to play their game, Real Madrid. They'll try and attack.
Yeah,
Robbo's got the energy to get up and down, and Diaz, I don't know if they're going to be able to handle him at all. We just got to be smart with our defending. Trent's taken up a bit of a new role in terms of when he goes forward now, he kind of goes into the middle of the park instead of... He used to just stay at the right side, didn't he? And then Hendo will cover him, but he keeps cutting in now where he looks like he's playing centre mid. And I think that's another reason I don't see Hendo not starting this game at all. One, because he always helps Trent on that side, and two, he's been great. I don't see a world where Hendo doesn't start this game. I honestly don't. So Thiago's going to be massive in this game, though. If he starts, which you might as well start him. To be fair, if he's ready, if he's fit enough to play, start him. And then if he has to come off, then fine. But he always has good games if he's playing. Mate, we don't lose that game, you know. I'm sorry, I just don't think we do, man.
And Thiago seems to be better when he's come back from injury quicker than Fabinho does.
Yeah.
I love Fab, but Fab, every time he has come back from injury, he does take a few weeks to get back up to speed. That's just the way it is. I think because the way Thiago plays is a little bit different, he doesn't need to get caught up to speed so quickly either. And because he's so technical, he's so technical, he relies more on that. He doesn't have to rely so much on his game speed and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think both of them will start, but if one of them's on the bench, I think it might be Fab. But if that's the case, right, let's do this scenario. So, if Fab is on the bench, Jack, Hendo obviously played a 6 because I don't know about you guys. I'm very comfortable with Hendo playing the 6.
Yeah.
I really am. He's very, very good at it. Very good at it. But the only problem is you then need someone to play where Hendo usually plays because
Klopp's going to play Curtis, man.
He plays because it. So Fabinho's a 6. Hendo plays on the right hand side of him, so he covers Trent's runs, don't he, defensively? Albeit, he comes in, he comes out wide, stuff like that. Because he's so good off the ball, Hendo. So Hendo's playing the 6. You need someone who can do that. And the only other player who can do that is probably Jimmy Milner. Now, this is no offence to James Milner. I just don't think you can go into a Champions League final playing Thiago, Henderson, and Milner in a midfield 3 against Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric. What do you think, Jack?
I just can't wait to listen to Twitter if Milner is on this. I love Milner, but you have to fucking melt down on Twitter.
Oh, it'd be mad,
you're like, and then put in a man and match performance to watch.
Come on, Liz.
What is it? Nah, I reckon Jurgen Klopp goes with Ox, Curtis Jones, and Endo in the 6. Yeah, I go with that. That's sarcasm, everyone, before you fucking clip that. I'm guessed. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with Endo in the 6, mate. It's going to be interesting, as we've already discussed, the midfield for Real. And I think, as Chat was saying, it's going to be difficult. Yes. So at certain players, you can't stop playing football, regardless. I think, was it when Fergie tried to point, Party Sung on Leo Messi in one of those Champions League finals and didn't work. Like, you can put 2-3 players on Modric and he'll still find space within it on the pitch. Yeah. But it's if we try and double up. Well, I think one thing that Real Madrid players do, and this is why I'd probably go with Naby. I'd go with Naby. It's last chance saloon. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and if he performs, and Klopp has picked him in big games, and that says a lot about him. Klopp obviously watches him every single week. He knows the player he bought, and he wants to get that player out of him. So I'd go with Naby. I'd trust him for this, but he could massively backfire. But that's what you get. But I'd go with Naby because you don't spend 50, 60 or whatever you did. Yeah. And he's fit as well. So start him, and then I'd go with Thiago on the left. And then that's if Fabinho's not fit. Go with Hendo in the 6. Yeah. Thiago and Naby for me, mate. And then bring on Milner potentially. Because I think as we spoke about Catalan,
he's been found.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, good.
Which is great news. Great news. Sorry, Jack, on mate.
No, yeah, no, and then obviously as we spoke about obviously the subs a bit before top of the show, Milner would be our answer to Camavinga, would you say? I know one's like 18 and one's 36. But Jimmy Milner be about 50 and he'll still have a 10-year contract at Liverpool. Tell you that now.
I love James Milner. I love Milner. It's just I can see Andrew. I can see the meltdown right now in front of my eye. I can, when Neo sees the Matrix, for the first ever.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that now. If Henderson, Milner, and Thiago is the midfield tomorrow night,
mate, they'll have Klopp out trending.
Oh, man. But Andrew, who's your preferred midfield three for tomorrow? Everyone fit. Who's your preferred midfield three?
Obviously, what Jack was saying about Kate, I think this is probably, I'm going to say this, I think this has been Kate's best season in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, it is.
By a mile.
Yeah.
I think he should start. Thiago, whether Klopp risks him, I don't know. I hope he does, because apparently he's got a good stat because he has never lost the Champions League final and the teams he's played at, which is incredible.
Was he on the bench for Barca? I think, was he?
Yeah, he was on the bench for Barca.
He's never lost a final. I think if he starts, obviously we all know what he did against PSG and Barca, don't we? With Bayern, he tore the team apart with the passion. And
one of the best midfield performances I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
best Man United when he
even Gary Neville said they took the pee out with him.
He just did. He was just having the time of his life.
And then obviously the number 6 role, obviously Fabinho if he's okay, or probably Henderson.
Agreed. That I think. Do you think that we definitely do, but do you think we overthink it because of the occasion? But realistically, we kind of know pretty much our best team, and we just kind of treat Real Madrid as if they're Man City. They're not better than Man City. No. Play whatever team would play against them to beat them, and
exactly.
do the job, man. I'm very excited, man.
Let me just get some of these comments here. So Mohammed says, I am worried we could show Madrid too much respect.
It's a possibility.
I said this to Savage last night when we were doing our show. My only concern is that Liverpool play the occasion and not the team. We've done it before. We used to go to Old Trafford under Klopp before recently, and we'd get stupid draws where we should be smashing them. But we played the occasion because it's Man United at Old Trafford, big game. I look at Real Madrid. I'm not disrespecting Real Madrid at all. They're a tremendous side. But at this moment in time, from 1 to 11 on that playing field, I think we're a more complete side than Real Madrid at this moment in time.
100%.
And I see Real Madrid against Chelsea. Look, the first leg they beat Chelsea. The second leg, Chelsea hammered them and should have beat them. Man City hammered them in both legs, should have beat them. It was like 3 ridiculous minutes at the end of the second leg where Madrid won that match. Yeah. That won't happen against Liverpool because Liverpool are a bit more. It's weird. I said this in the league. For some reason, Man City we don't do the dirty tricks and the dark arts and the time wasting in the Premier League, but we do it in Europe. Man City don't do it in Europe, but they do it in the Premier League. It's really strange. See, if that happened to us, I'll tell you right now, Jane, if they got a goal back and there was 2 or 3 minutes to go, Klopp would bring on James Milner.
You want to start kicking everyone, man.
James Milner would 2-foot Modric straight away. So the first thing he'd done on the pitch, and then we'd just get settled in this back line, and we'd see the game out. So I'm not worried about it front, but yeah, I am worried we do play the occasion, which I hope we don't. But
there's something beautiful about Milner doing that, isn't it? If you ever look at his face when he does it, he just carries on jogging. He just carries on jogging.
He watches what Milner does. He watches the whole game from the bench, and he knows who he's going to take out.
It's so old school that everyone who's played Sunday League and that your manager says to go put one on him, let him know you're there. And Milner still thinks like that, man.
He put it on Reece James. You never saw him again in the cup final.
Took Reece James
there was a bit of old footage. There was a bit of old footage from the 2018 one where he clobbered Benzema and then Casemiro took it out on Milner.
He took him out.
Yeah, that's quality.
Speaking of the final, man, they got Gale Force on the bench, and he's in the squad, Bale.
See, oh bloody hell!
I've heard Cardiff is his next club favourites to sign him.
Cardiff.
I heard he's going to be in the PGA Tour next year. I did.
Yeah.
It'd be a Skype under the door.
We're literally wearing 14 shirts.
I've just signed for Cardiff golf course, something like that.
So, front three, guys, front three. So, I had this little thought yesterday, and I actually put it in the atmosphere, which I wish I didn't, because it might actually happen. But I'm going to say it one more time. I haven't got this funny feeling that the original three will play against Real Madrid in the final.
What, Bobby?
Bobby is the 9, Mane on the left, Mo on the right, because he might think of play in Jota and Diaz as impact substitutions. Klopp always does something a little bit. One play you did expect to play sometimes when there's a big match. He does do it quite a bit sometimes. Look, Mane and Salah go play, and I've said it for a while now. Bobby in Europe is different. His skill set, what he can bring to the team, the way he drops in deep, links play. No one else. I mean, Mane does it well. Diaz is exceptional on the left-hand side, but I'm thinking of the subs bench. You know, Real Madrid always bring on Camavinga, and Camavinga is a problem. He comes on because that you can't bring on a Modric from the subs bench to have an impact. It just don't work. You can't bring on Kroos. You can't bring on Casemiro because they don't work as impact subs. But Camavinga and Rodrigo always come on, and they always have a massive impact later in games. And I'm just thinking, if it start 1-1 or something like that, and it's 20 minutes to go, and Klopp looks over his shoulder and he's got Diaz and Jota on the bench instead of Bobby on the bench, I think that's a bigger impact sub. I don't know what you guys think about that, Savage.
The thing is, Bobby's class, isn't he? Like, he's never going to... I just don't know what Bobby turns up.
No.
And he's got cushion feet, man. Like, it's like he does everything right, and then that final ball is like under hit nearly like 90% of the time now. I wouldn't start Bobby. I wouldn't do it. I think there's tried and trusted, but there is a time where you evolve, and I'm not saying get him out of the squad or whatever. I love Bobby, but we do have to evolve. The false 9 thing is kind of, it's not a thing of the past yet, but it's kind of withering away now. It's not used as much by us. And Mane has to start, and Diaz has to start, in my opinion. I understand 100% the impact sub, but the kind of mindset I'm going with in this game is we need the impact start. I think we need to do something in the first half of this game. First 20 minutes, to be honest, blow them away, because Real Madrid's not the team, man. If we're struggling and have to bring someone off the bench, it might not be enough time left against Real Madrid. What they play on confidence. I've watched them, all them games, even their league games, they've actually been pretty bad the first part of the game. It's when you give them a sniff more than anything. Like, if you watch them, their their body language against Man City, apart from Benzema, all of them looked like they had enough. Even Couture looked like he had enough. Like, can't be bothered. Same with the game against PSG. Mbappe done the job already. All they had to do was finish it off. You give them one sniff, and then all of a sudden their crowd starts making noise, and they will just attack you. And I'd rather have them do that when we're already 2-0 up, and we just have to hang on. And then I'd bring Bobby on. I'd bring Bobby on if we're winning the game. There's 20 minutes left, and they start throwing people on. He can hold the ball. He'll keep it.
Like
so
defensive forward, don't it?
Yeah.
But by the way, guys, I'm not. I don't want this front three to play by.
No, you don't. No.
I'm just putting this out in the atmosphere, thinking what Jurgen Klopp might think.
It's not a bad shout though. Klopp is like he does do stuff like that.
I'm just thinking what he might feel in the game, but I don't want that front three to play, obviously. But
it's the romantic side in the J of all.
Exactly.
It was at the Michael Jordan documentary. The last dance of Bobby through the middle, Mane on the left, and Salah on the right. But yeah, no, it'd be intriguing, and especially obviously in terms of obviously what Real Madrid have got up front, as we've already said all season, all of it is that Liverpool's attacking line, whoever it is, even include Origi in that as well as like your fifth or sixth attacker, it is like the best attacking force in Europe. And that's what we've craved for, like the last 20 odd years, just being able to have these. But it's there's us discussing the team. But I tell you what, Real Madrid will be absolutely bricking it, really, because as good as they are going forward, if we were playing Ramos and a prime Varane, I'd be a bit more concerned, like we did all those years ago. But it's Nacho and Militao. Militao's got something about him. He's a very good centre half, but he's got that Dejan Lovren feel about him where you don't know what he's going to do. And Mendy, still a very good player. I mean, he played quite well last season against us. But it's how those Diaz, Mane, and Salah do interchange. I'm hoping that they're all switching. Because I think one point when we seen last season, don't I use lads feel and chat, was Salah was too out wide right against Mendy.
Hugging the line.
And he was suffocated down that wing. And really, if you just interchanging the attack and fluidity, I think Real Madrid, they won't have a bloody Scooby-Doo what to do, really.
Did they think they'll play Alaba at the back, won't they? You reckon they'll start him? They have been. I watched the last 4 league games. He started every game.
Oh, I'm missing the house.
All right, then.
How you doing, mate?
Remember, they lost to FC Sheriff, didn't they? So
what's going on?
Yeah, they lost to the Sheriff.
Stop time.
Andrew, before we get to
Good
time,
guys.
how you doing, mate? So, Andrew, before we get to time, Andrew, who is your preferred front three tomorrow?
Mane, Diaz, Salah.
Yeah.
Has to be. Tom, how you doing, my man? Looking fresh?
Yeah, all good, man. Yeah, all good. Yeah, I just came back from Malaysia. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's all good.
That's why you're looking so fresh and relaxed.
Yeah. All well. Just looking forward for this weekend's blockbuster. And can't wait with all the build-up. Yep.
Proper game.
Perfect.
So, we were just talking about the front three, and I just put it in the atmosphere. I don't want this to happen, but I put it in the atmosphere that Klopp could go with the original front three tomorrow. Obviously, with Bobby, Salah, and Jota thinking that Diaz and Mane. I was thinking Jota and Diaz will be better impact substitutions, but obviously I don't want that to be the case. I want the original front, the new front three. But Tommy, who do you think will play in that front three tomorrow?
I get what you said with the OG front three. Bobby, at times, he can pull out a magic, just like the one he scored against Inter. Out of nowhere, he could just ghost pass from, whoever the center back is in between. This game, there's a lot of nature of unpredictability, especially from Yale. So if we want to, make an approach of unpredictability from our side, I get what you mean, Jamie, with the OG front three. And everyone has been saying Luis Diaz on the left and then Sadio on center, more undisputedly on the right. But we have 5 substitution that could work, or against us. But I have to stick with the strong front three as recent, with Diaz on the left and those 2 African kings on the on the other front three.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. Look, I agree. I think I just can't wait. I mean, Diaz, he came in January. He played in Champions League for Porto. He's never going to get past the group stages. Joined Liverpool. He's won 2 cups, and he's in the Champions League final. This is the stuff of Jack, ain't it? It's the stuff of dreams, anyway. It's just the stuff of dreams.
I don't know how you lads feel. I think I don't know if you've seen the video. If you haven't, go and check it out on Twitter. There's a video where someone's somehow worked out how Curtis Jones, a Scouser, is talking to a Colombian. To Diaz. Like he was like, I don't know if Curtis Jones knows sign language but it's the body language of Wales, how people communicate in it. Where Curtis was doing like cameras and all that, and he was understanding. Like he had, well, I don't quite know. I doubt he understood him 100%. He had but it's hard enough for you to understand me sometimes. So I don't know how he does it, but fair play. But yeah, no, it's going to be amazing in terms of going into the weekend, mate. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's on Twitter. It's absolutely funny, mate. But yeah, it's going to be mad if Luis Diaz does score the win in the Champions League, boys, innit? I tell you what, the YouTube, you just put Luis Diaz in your title, and all the Colombian Reds will appear. It's amazing. Yeah, Luis Diaz is the YouTube algorithm after a Liverpool winner. Like, you just put Luis Diaz in your title and it just goes mad. And it's how amazing, obviously, the Colombian Reds or just Colombian fans are so passionate about the players as well. But yeah, I can't believe we got him for so cheap. And I'll tell you what, if he is because he's had a couple of sights, hasn't he, boys? Obviously, when we played Chelsea in the final, first opening 5-10 minutes, he had a couple of chances. If he just dinked it a bit higher. I think with Courtois, his legs are. He's such a long fella anyway, so you've got to get it really in the corner or low down, really. But yeah, the Colombian wizard.
Has anyone seen? I think CNN, but it's on YouTube. CNN put out an interview. They went over to Colombia and interviewed Luis's family. Has anyone seen it?
No, we haven't.
They're talking about the money he's already bringing over to them and starting up a charity foundation over there and everything, and building up the area and everything. But they're all got like brand, like the country, like where they are in Colombia, it's really poverty. There's no jobs. There's nothing. Beautiful. I mean, the landscape is absolutely beautiful, right? The beaches they're near and everything. Beautiful landscape, the farming and all that. But there's no income. There's no jobs there. But every single person's got a brand new Liverpool shirt. Because he's obviously just sent it over with all the charity work and all that, and they're all there loving it. And yeah, this is why big clubs go for these sort of players as well, because the market's massive, and you get new supporters and fan bases and stuff like that. But it was actually nice to see you listen to his dad talk about where he was playing football when he was a kid. He was playing on this like muddy, dusty field, bare feet, learning his craft. This is why these South American footballers are so good. And that, I mean, when I was a kid, we played bare feet on the road. It's like and you had to stop when a car came. That was our experience. But no, it's great. It's great. What channel was the video on? I was just flicking through YouTube and it just popped up.
I'll try and find it. Well,
just put Diaz CNN and it should come up.
Yeah, Diaz CNN. It was a CNN interview. It was a decent one as well. Right, we're going to do something I don't usually do, but I'm going to do it because I think it's quite an even team to do, so it makes a bit more sense. We're going to do a combined 11. Here we go. We're going to do it. I don't usually like combined 11s, but
incoming triggered Real Madrid fans.
Yeah. I usually like doing combined 11s, but I thought, why not? Because these two teams, it's not like Liverpool, Arsenal when there's going to be no Arsenal players. You know what I mean? So let's get this up. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so goalkeeper, guys. Goalkeeper. Round the table quickly. Who are we going?
Ali.
Ali.
Yeah, same. not a question.
Yeah,
For me.
Ali.
Yeah, I mean, Courtois has been good this season, but
Yeah. Oh, you're not clicking ads on there. Oh, yeah.
I just saw the eye of bad around. Right, let's go centre backs first. Centre backs first. So, taking our bias out of it, looking at whole teams, both teams overall. I think
Van Dijk, easy.
Van Dijk's
easy
definitely.
one. Yeah.
Van Dijk's
Yeah,
definitely.
very.
Got to be Canate as well. Got to be.
Right, and who else, guys? Who else? Who do we fancy?
I'll let you pick for me, Jamie, because the whole back four's Liverpool.
Yeah, Matip for me,
Yeah.
mate, 100%.
Tom, is he?
Yeah, can't lie. Our back four is all day, all night for
Yeah.
our back four.
You've been thinking this might be a bit difficult to do. Who do you think's going to play then, guys, with Van Dijk in the game?
Oh, I was hoping you weren't
It's
even
got
mentioned.
to be Canate, hasn't it?
I'd say Canate, but I'm thinking Matip now. Like, what else?
Because this is a
I seen
difficult one.
Canate's interview yesterday, like obviously doing filming like content when he was a kid. Like when he was 14, I think he was like 14, and he obviously started getting into football more. And then obviously he played for obviously clubs at youth level, and then obviously went to Leipzig and then came to us. But he said this should be the greatest moment in his life if he starts on Saturday.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Paris
in his
lad,
in his hometown as well.
Yeah.
I got a feeling he starts. You know, I've got a feeling he starts because of his pace.
Yeah,
But-
without overthinking it, he starts all our
Yeah.
Champions League games, isn't it?
Yeah,
So I think
and
he starts, and he deserves it, to be honest.
and I think Matip is better to bring off the bench than Canate is. You saw what Matip did in the FA Cup final, coming in cold for half hour. He was absolutely superb. I don't think I'm going with that as well. I'm going Canate. I think
Yeah,
Canate.
it's a massive difference when Virgil's next to him. He's even better.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that he gets the information, the instructions from Virgil with the high line and stuff. Like what happened against Wolves, Virgil would have been standing in that spot. He wouldn't even have came across to it. So
No, it's true. That is true. And
I
like,
could
now
just imagine us playing bloody them three to like the like Matip, Canate, and Van Dijk at the back just to like pay Madrid off. It'd be funny.
Go full on Chelsea.
Yeah.
Now remember, this is a combined 11. Are we saying Canate is better than Militao and Nacho?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
their centre backs are trash, bro.
Yeah,
Alaba's the better footballer in their centre backs, but
I don't rate them either. So we're going Trent and Robbo, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Robbo's better than Mendy. I'm not having this Mendy talk. I don't.
Maybe a prime Marcelo back in the day, but
Marcelo. Yeah,
Yeah,
Marcelo weren't.
back in the day.
If Marcelo weren't 42, we could have it.
he's a cheerleader now, and he's always just on the bench, like laughing.
Yeah.
He's getting paid $400,000 a week. Still.
He was incredible. That's one of the best of all time, man. He's incredible. He is. But...
Yeah, absolute baller. Now this is where it might get a bit techy, the midfield. We've got to be honest here. Who's our first midfielder out of both teams?
Modric Ballon d'Or
Thiago.
winner.
Well,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right, let's do the number 6 first.
He's number 6.
The number 6 first. Is it Gabby Casemiro or Fab? I mean, this is a shout because they're the two.
Casemiro.
Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro.
I think Casemiro's got more legs, so I'll go.
That's the reason I said it as well. I don't think he's completely better than him, but the legs.
No, it's just the legs. So on the left of Casemiro,
Thiago for me.
Thiago.
Thiago.
And on the right,
Do you have to ask us? Yeah, we know who it is. Ballon d'Or winner. Come on. Yeah,
it has to
Luka
be
Modric.
Modric, man.
Yeah, Luka.
Not Naby Keita. We won. Yeah, no. Yeah, or Ox. Yeah, we'll put Ox in. There we go. People will be clicking on the screen.
so the forward line, guys, the forward line.
Ooh.
So
Benzema.
through the middle,
Yeah.
and then right and left.
Salah, right? Yeah.
Salah.
Yeah, Salah.
Mane or Diaz. One of them.
Now, I
He-
like Vinny Jr.,
Oh,
but I don't think Vinny Jr. is better than Mane. I'm saying that right now.
are we doing him on the left though?
Yeah.
I think Vinny Jr. is better than Mane on the left now, but
But-
Diaz is better than Vinny Jr.
I was about to say, but is he better than Diaz now? That's the
I'd have Diaz on the left.
Everyone all right with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Or I always put the wrong Diaz in there. I've never even heard of him.
Which the one from City?
I thought he was at Milan. No, I thought he went to Milan, but
Where, they haven't even got him on here. That's a disgrace.
Hey, it's rigged.
What, they haven't put him on there? What?
It's worse than UEFA this. Yeah, go on.
No, FA more like.
Got Harvey Elliott, but no Diaz. Jota. I'll put Jota in.
That's a joke, that.
That's
Jota's
disrespectful,
Diaz.
man.
Jota's Diaz, everyone. Don't worry, you ain't playing. Jota's Diaz. Jota's Diaz.
People are going to be getting so triggered now, Jay. Especially when
Yeah, everyone's going on. I've heard he's doing a combined 11. Jota! Jota! Can you
we'll see us all in 5 minutes on Twitter going, fuck's sake, you've tuned to this long time. Oh, that was contact.
You give him one chance, he's put Jota in it.
You had one job.
Evening, Andrew, our Irish Red, all the way in New Zealand. Must be what? It's 1 a.m, surely there. Big up to you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Getting up at that.
Big up.
Right.
Country New Zealand, man.
And to Liz as well. It'd be morning time for Liz in Florida. Big up to you guys. Diaz, the guy from Leon. I have no idea. They bought him and never played him. So he's a bit. Is he their version of Ben Davies? Lads, look, we are reporting Mane's close to a 3-year deal with Bayern. I heard this morning that Paul Joyce said that Mane's going to sign a new contract.
I've heard he's staying. Yeah,
he done another interview, didn't
It's
he?
just agent talk. I reckon it's agent talk doing this.
Yeah.
Screenshots just for that.
I think the last thing I heard off Mane, he said that there was the first interview, and then the second one, he said that after the game, you'll get the best answer you'd ever dreamed of, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm way dreaming of him going Bayern, so.
He's already signed up. I've gone back and looked at it. I've looked at what Paul Joyce has said today and some other people. There was an article in The Guardian that came out last night that I read online as well.
Yeah.
I look at it, he's already signed his contract.
Ain't the media funny, man? Especially the ones when we get video of it as well. So you'll read it on like a caption, and then when you watch the video, I'm like, that's not what he said.
No, I know.
Or you can tell that they've just confused the language barrier on purpose.
Yeah, it's like Ten Hag said something in his interview with being new Man United manager the other day, something about Klopp and Pep, and like the media cut it out and made it sound like he's going to go after him. And like
that's what they're doing. Yeah, it's weird.
Them two dominate English football, and we want to be like that. That's all he said. He didn't say he was going to try and compete with them. It's just
Can't believe he said that. Like, that's a joke. He won't be able to compete until like the next 4 years.
Nah, more than that, like 10 years, 20 years.
10 years.
The media.
They'll be in the relegation zone by then.
can you imagine?
Yeah, man. Media's a bit mad corrupt, man. They shouldn't be able to just say what they want. They should have to report it properly, because that's what happened with the Conte and the Klopp thing. I watched that whole conference. When everyone was mad after, I was like, Klopp didn't say anything wrong. And then when he cleared it up, he was like, no, I said, I can't manage like that. Like, I wouldn't be able to manage like that.
Never dissed them playing that way.
No, they do it to Klopp all the time.
Yeah, he just basically said that's not his style of football, and he doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't enjoy watching it. So he's thinking that standing there watching it for 90 minutes, he just didn't like it because it's not.
The thing is, no one gets mad when everyone says it about Sean Dyche, but because it's Conte, Klopp's wrong all of a sudden. Everyone says it about Burnley and Sean Dyche, or Stoke and Pulis, and all of a sudden, because it's mate, piss off, man.
Well, it's like Atletico Madrid shithousery against Man City. They've done that in Europe against every team for the last 4 or 5 years. No one said
everyone
anything. Because they did it
crying over it.
They did it at Man City. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's awful. It shouldn't be allowed. It's against the game. It's all this stuff." But apparently, the media only loves Liverpool Football Club. But if you ask me, the media love Man City more than any team. I'm telling you, because anytime it happens to Man City, they all come, "Oh, poor Man City, poor Man City." It just does my head in, especially when you know, especially when this beautiful man won manager.
and that has rattled everyone's fan base, man.
They went into utter meltdown, so they had to make up a new award to give it to Fernandinho. Hardest hit shot. How did they know?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. That award.
And
Did anyone see the overlap episodes when I think it was the last one the other day, and Carragher was getting his phone out, like, because Gary Neville was saying all these things, and Carragher was like, "Yeah, let's get me texts out what you text me and that on the phone."
I saw the bit when Ty had to go at Carragher.
He's funny.
Ty is 51 years old. The man's got to let it go.
Is he? I thought he was younger.
Nah, Ty's 51, man.
He's got to let it go, man. He keeps going. Did you see the other day? I didn't realise it, but I was watching some old AFTV stuff the other day just for a laugh. And there was a bit, he was having an interview and he brought up Marcus Babbel from 10 years ago in the Liverpool game where the ref got it wrong and they should have won that Champions League game.
Bro, I watched him bring up Arsenal in the 30s in an argument.
Oh, yeah.
In the 30s.
Was that the one with Flav, the Spurs fan?
Yeah.
When they were going 1-on-1.
Yeah, he's like, well, we won a cup in the 30s, and I was like, mate. And then he told Grizz that they're worth $1 billion or something like that. I was like, what is he talking?
300 billion, he said.
300 billion, he said Arsenal were worth. Bless him, man. You know what it is, man. Football's everyone's life, innit? But when you make it your entire life, like no women, no nothing, just Arsenal. Because I don't know if you've seen his interview before. You know, everyone's always trolling him about having the Arsenal tracksuit on and the headphones. No, the headphones ain't plugged in, by the way.
No,
but he said that, like, there was a you guys find it on YouTube. There's an interview. I think he's in Holland because it's like a Dutch journalist is speaking to him, and she's like, "Oh, you got the old Arsenal kit on," and then he was like zipping his top down. He's got, "Yeah, I got this Arsenal top on." He had the Arsenal vest on. Then he pulled down his tracksuit bottoms and had Arsenal boxers on and socks. And the woman was like, "Do you just dress like this all the time?" And he's like, "I only dress like this when Arsenal play." And then the woman was like, "Arsenal ain't playing today." He's like, "No," because he said Arsenal first team, the Arsenal reserves, the women's team, and the youth team. So I'm like, well, that's every day of the flipping week, isn't it?
That is commitment, that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man, you gotta love it, man. He loves the club.
Yeah.
Right, let's do this. So we've done the combined level. Let's just pick our team, guys. Let's pick our team. So I think it's almost. I don't know if there'll be any shocks to the lineup, but let's go through it. Right, so our team, guys. Our team. So we're going. Let's go from the attackers to keep it easy. So are we all going Diaz, Salah, Mane? Anyone got any different?
Diaz, I think, mate. Yeah.
And do you think what's the odds on this being Mane or Salah's last game for Liverpool?
Very limited. I think Salah come out and like he said, I'm staying next summer. And it's just as Savage and Over's just been saying, and the press, they're trying to distract it and cause confusion before the big game. All these players, if it was say our first final that we've been to, and like but we've been to this, we've been here, done this, so have Real Madrid, their experience and that. But it's they're there to do the job. They're paid to disrupt it. All the managers and like chief execs saying, right, just cause absolute carnage, chat a load of wham in the media. But yeah, no, those two. It wouldn't surprise me if Mane and Salah, after winning our 7th European Cup, sign new deals. And then
I've said that. You got Monday or Tuesday next week or Wednesday, something like that next week. I wouldn't be surprised you just got
maybe even Sunday. Maybe get an announcement.
Breaking news on Twitter or something like that. You see them both, signing their contract.
I feel like Mane's definitely signing a new contract. I'm still a bit unsure about Salah. I've got a feeling he'll stay at Liverpool next year. But his contract's going to run out of Liverpool. I'm
not quite happy with how Salah said, I'll definitely be here next year. Because it almost sounded like he said, well, I'm just going to stay next year and go for a free because I hold all the power. And it was a bit, and because Jordan Henson's face after it, and then when Salah was on about revenge, and Endo was going,
so funny.
He doesn't mean it like that. Doesn't mean it like that, do you, Mo? Like that. It's like the captain.
Henderson's the best captain in the world, man. The look on his face, he was like one of them dads at parents' evening, like, don't talk to your teacher like that. He's like, you shouldn't have said that, should you? And then he just started laughing.
I love
man.
Hendo. He's the best.
That's funny. Do you remember when they did that with I mean, it didn't work out in the end. They did it with Coutinho after we beat Bournemouth. And then they asked him about it while Ox was there, and he's like, "That's not fair to ask him that question. He's dedicated to our club." And then a week later, he was gone.
He was gone. Yeah. So that is looking at front three on paper alone, Jesus,
naughty,
best in the world, mate.
I don't know about you guys. I'm going to say this right now. I think Salah does something stupid tomorrow. I literally do.
I think so.
I think Salah, he wants to prove a point to everybody. So I think he knows himself he hasn't been right. And I think he wants to prove a point to everyone that he is the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to do something. What about you guys?
He seems more relaxed than he has ever been. He's smiling a lot because he doesn't, without like being disrespectful, Salah's, listen, he's done amazing things for this club, but he's actually not that good in finals, is he?
No.
He's quite quiet and stuff. Yeah, I know he scored a penalty against Spurs, but wasn't really good for the rest of the game. The cup finals we've had, he hasn't been that great. But there's a focus in his face now where it seems like he's going to do something, man. And I hope he does.
Yeah. I hope he gives us like a Bale moment when they beat us, like a 30-yarder, 25-yarder edge of the box. And it's the thing, it's going to be a moment of brilliance from whoever's on the pitch for either team. But hopefully it's Mo or Sadio. But I've said man of the match already before the game's even kicked off. I think he will get man of the match. It's just
I agree with that. Andrew?
Has anybody got Taki scoring in the 83rd? No?
How can you imagine that? Taki coming up? I reckon Taki would be on the
bench. I wish. Yeah.
Oh, mate, please just if we're winning like 3-0, can they throw Taki on for just a minute, bro?
Yeah.
So he's on the pitch when we win it.
I think Taki, we'll get to the bench in a minute because I think Taki might be on it. Midfield, guys. Midfield. So, are we all in a? Do we all think Thiago and Fabinho will start, or do you think only one of them will start? What's everyone reckon?
I think one.
One, yeah.
One, Jack.
One.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, either. Yeah, either one.
If one starts, who's everyone's one?
Thiago.
Fabinho. Oh, okay.
Thiago. Andrew, Thiago, everyone. Yeah,
I said Fab, but yeah, I'm not surprised if Thiago starts.
Yeah. So let's go. So Thiago will play here, won't he?
Cheers, Liz. Sorry, chat as well. Fucking sneeze on you as well. I was trying to bloody mute me mic. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, man, Jack, you keep the monkeypox away from us, bro.
Oh, don't start monkeypox, Jesus Christ!
I don't even know what that is. What even is
that disease?
Mate, that looks like the most painful thing I've ever seen, man.
That disease has been around since the 60s.
No, it has. It's been around forever, man.
But it's because it's coming.
Probably
to
come from Manchester. Wait, what?
Jesus, Andrew. Oh, you're a scaz boy. We'll let you say that. So Thiago there. So are we going Hendo 6?
Yeah.
So that leaves this position. Who's
Naby.
Yeah. Naby. Redemption.
It's a weird one, isn't it? But I am just of the opinion now because we're too good for this. If he's not good enough to start in the Champions League final, then probably shouldn't play for Liverpool anymore, man. So yeah, man, we'll get him in. He's been good. He deserves it.
I do agree. So that is our forwards and our midfield, and it is a good team so far. Left back, we all saying Robbo, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no chance of Simicast whatsoever. Virgil, obviously, here. That is no idea. We said Canate early, didn't we? We all on agreement with Canate, or do you think Matic will start?
I think Canate starts.
Canate, Andrew?
Canate.
Tom, is he?
Yeah, Canate.
Canate, yeah. I do think he starts this game. And by the way, I think them two start the Premier League season next season as well as a pair. I really do. And then, I think with this kid is 24 now, but with Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think we just got to stop saying he's the best right back in the world and just say, like Ish said last night, he's just actually one of the best footballers in the world. And that's how we should start talking about this lad, because if he played for Real Madrid or a Barcelona playing in this position with the stats he's got, the ability he's got, the technical ability he's got, They wouldn't just say he's the best right. They would say he's one of the best players in the world. And I think that's how we got to start talking about. I'm not going to say right back anymore. I'm just going to say one of the best players in the world because he's definitely in the top 15 best players in the world, in my opinion, for his ability, what he can do on the ball. Not a lot of people can pass the ball like he. I mean, I see him pass 70-yard passes from right to left, to the toe, with power and pace and swerve and guile. The man is absolutely fantastic, and he's a man now as well. He's looking more like a man now. He's got bigger shoulders. He's grown. He's gone into his body. I love Trent. One of the best footballers in the world. I'm telling you. That's our 11, guys. How do we all feel about that 11? Oh, apart from Ali in goal. I mean,
I thought you had Ben Davies in goal then.
We're that good at the back. We're that good in the back. We don't need Ali. There you go. And there's the best goalkeeper in the world, by the way, guys. I don't care what anyone says. The best goalkeeper in the world. How do we feel about that 11, guys? We all happy with that against Real Madrid?
Yeah,
happy with it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that
you know what?
Go on, Tom, is he?
Yeah, the one thing I want to point out, those two fullbacks that we have, Robertson and Trent.
Yeah.
If we make the most of it using their diagonal passes, that could, make us more threatening because they're vulnerable when we reach at the final third. And those two their link ups are unmatched. That's why I think when someone says Tsimikas, there's a debate that he should start over Robo. I think the understanding between Trent and Robo is we have to see as a strong weapon, and it's a key to win this game. Yeah. So that's my take on those two fullbacks.
Yeah.
There you go. Heads of the Cop says it. Someone just said it a little bit earlier. Whereas Naby being good, he doesn't track back and in a bubble most games. This is the thing with Naby that I think Naby has been decent this season. I would actually say at the beginning of the season, when we kicked off the season, he was arguably our better midfielder.
Yeah, it was.
Because he was sort of up to speed a lot quicker than everyone else was at the beginning of the season. I thought he was really good. Then he kicked a blade of grass and got injured, which was a bit unfortunate. And he got sponsored by Miracle Grow for a little bit. And do you remember he kicked the grass and got injured? I felt for him.
Remember he got injured off the plane when he got off the plane?
He walked off the plane, got an injury. I mean, Naby's a weird one. Naby's body, science can't even work out. But I will say, I think with Naby sometimes he plays within himself. I think he's more talented than he actually shows at times.
I agree.
And he plays within himself a little bit. I say the same thing about Curtis Jones as well. I think Curtis Jones plays within himself a little bit. I think if Curtis Jones really let loose and let go, Curtis Jones could be absolutely out of this world if he wanted to be. He's got the ability to be like that. And so's Naby. It's like when Naby scored against Palace and he just went like that. It's like he couldn't believe it either. When he had that left foot volley.
Yeah,
Naby Keita has got talent. Definitely got talent. You can physically see it. I like it when he runs at defenders. He's very good with the dribble. He's pretty underrated in his ability to run at players.
Yeah, he's really good at carrying the ball, isn't he?
Very good. He's our best midfielder at carrying the ball, I would say. Also, I think he's our best midfielder at pressing the midfielders, the opposition midfield as well, and making them hurry. Thiago's great here as well. I think Keita's really good at that. So Keita might start this game. Now I'm talking Keita in this game now. Keita is going to play because I think with Fabinho, as we've said, Fabinho does take a few games to get back into speed, and you can't have, for me, a 70% ready to Fabinho against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. But that can be good enough to play half hour towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with the Keita train. I really am, because he has got ability. It's not like he's he's not Joe Allen. You know what I mean? The Welsh Kilo. What is it? Brendan Rodgers called him the Welsh
Javi.
Yeah. You'll see how good he is when he arrives. It's like, no, we saw how good he was when he was on set. He wasn't good enough. Then he just
one thing I will say with Naby, he doesn't.
Then he turned into Rick from The Walking Dead. You know?
Yeah. Naby normally starts games better than he finishes games, in it. So
Yeah.
I'd rather start him anyway. Like there's times when he's had great games and then drops off, and the second half's a bit slow. And
Yeah, Doug.
Madrid will grow into the game as the game carries on. So I'd rather bring Fab off the bench, to be honest. Obviously, in an ideal world, if Fab's 100% fit and there's nothing wrong with him, then he just starts the game in it. But yeah, like I said, I don't see Hendo not playing this game, so it kind of changes the whole dynamic of the midfield.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the Cox as Matip for me carries the ball better. I agree with that. He does carry the ball better, but
Carries the ball better than everyone, doesn't he?
yeah, I think Matip will be great to come on as this. If you go, I'm thinking because Canate has played most Champions League games this season, hasn't he? I think he's played more games than Matip. Oh, look at Andrew with CM Punk picture. No AW on here, thank you. I'm apparently a WWE mark, that's what I got called. I think Canate plays this game for his pace alone. His pace alone, Benzema and Vinny Jr. I mean, is Vinny Jr. going to want to run at Canate? I don't think so. You know what I mean? And I think Matip, you can get in behind Matip, and I think Vinny Jr. will try and expose that. But with Canate, Canate's just so quick. Even if Canate's out of position and Vinny's got the ball coming inside from that left hand side, Canate is so quick he can make up the pace to get back in front of him. So that's why I think we're going Canate. But I agree with Matip carrying the ball. He's tremendous at it. But he did that. He can come on with like 20 minutes to go and do that.
Yeah, it was when City played Real and the boys. Midfield, we spoke about already how good Madrid's midfield is. Everyone knows in world football. But City were having runners getting in behind Real Madrid, and there was so much. Obviously, we've not got apart from Thiago, we've not got a player like similar with obviously Kevin De Bruyne or Bernardo Silva, players that can actually carry the ball. But Naby, as we've said there, Naby possibly he's so good in those tight spaces, isn't he? And he's able to take the ball forward and sending Real Madrid in the opposite direction. And there's so many strings to our bow going into Saturday. And we've spoke about, obviously, if Real probably focus, rightly so, they'll focus more on Salah. And obviously Trent and stifling their attack and play down the right, boys, we mentioned today, boys. And just down the left as well, Robbo and Diaz, that's a whole other bloody conundrum that in itself. So I think there's more areas of a pitch that Liverpool can hit this Real Madrid side compared to Real Madrid hitting Liverpool. Obviously, they got world-class players, but I think it's not as easy as stopping Benzema, but if you can put Fabinho or put Van Dijk on them and then double up on Vinny and then get in and around them, suffocate them. There's no other team in La Liga like Liverpool or City or even Chelsea to an extent. In fact, that depleted Chelsea side, boys, done that against them, then I think we should be sound. Hopefully.
I agree, man. They play a high line as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Their wing backs are always flying up and down, and sometimes they don't get back. No,
they don't. No, it's true. I mean, and Ancelotti's not your typical Italian coach either, is he? He's not your, all defence-minded, tactical. He's tactically very good, obviously, but he likes his team to be a lot on the front foot, and Real Madrid will be on the front foot. I don't think Real Madrid have got the players to sit in anyway. I just don't think they've got the players to sit in and counter-attack.
You're right. That's why they were losing all them other games before they came back, because they tried to sit in and it didn't work.
They just ain't got the team. I personally think this might be one of the most open finals ever. I'm just glad I'm going to be half pissed when it kicks off. That's all.
They haven't got a Ramos, as we've already said, boys. For me, he won that final for Real Madrid on the night. He done Salah, he done it, but it's the experience in which players like him off out. You've got Modric and Benzema, but Ramos was something else. He's one of, if not when he retires, he will be one of the best centre halves to ever play football, because he was such he's a nasty, but he's a winner, as he said there, mate. He knows what to do.
But let's go. I'll go back to that game. Was it 2018 or 17 now? So 17 or 18 that final.
18.
Kiev, 18.
18. So if I go back to that game there, so we're playing Real Madrid in that game, and that was Salah's first season. Salah's on, I think he's had 40, 41 goals down
40.
into that final. Incredible season. Personally, I think we would have won it if Salah stayed on. Watching that game back, I watched it back yesterday, and we were the better team till Salah got injured. We were ripping it up all over him. And I think we played a better Real Madrid in 18 than we're going to play tomorrow. And
they had Ronaldo, didn't they?
And we was a weaker Liverpool team than we'll be tomorrow. We're much stronger now. I think if I look at both teams, Real Madrid and Liverpool from 2018, I think Liverpool have got stronger, and Madrid sort of have stayed level. And now with buys like Camavinga and that, they're starting to elevate again. But I think Liverpool just have improved far more. I don't know what you guys think about that. Tom, Izzy? What do you think about that?
Yeah, as I did point out at one time that I am more afraid of the young players like Camavinga, who gives energy, and Valverde.
Yeah.
They can run up and up. Valverde reminds me of he runs like Robo. I don't know. He has this lungs that even after 90 minutes he could just run all day. So I know Modric and the other two maestros, Cruz and Casemiro, they can dictate, but yeah, Madrid, I think now they have this life after these three. They can rebuild, and the progression is there for Madrid. Very promising in the future.
Oh yeah. Especially if they get Tchouaméni. You've got Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde. That's their next midfield three for 10 years, isn't it? Like they just had now. But Jack, how do you think about that? So go from 2018, the Madrid we played then, the Liverpool we are now, to where we are now. We're the team that's improved more in that time.
Yeah, and you only have to look at the physique of Trent, really. He was like a young lad, wasn't he? And he's developed. He's still a young lad, and he's
he looks like a man.
He's matured in this game, and he's matured physically as well. And that night he pocketed Ronaldo. Apparently he can't defend, but
Quite true.
It's but we've elevated in terms of our midfield. Thiago, it was interesting that we brought him in. If he does play, I think that's something that when we come Saturday night, if he is playing, if he isn't playing, then it's up to Jordan Henderson. I know he's not got the technical ability of obviously like some Modric and that, but he does his best, and what he does give, some with Valverde and the likes of obviously Casemiro as well as experience, but the physical, mental side of the game as well, and he's got a pass in him as well. But yeah, we've elevated. This is what we've been crying out for pre-Klopp and for years, 20, 30 years, just being at the top table, and we are in finals. Third final in 5 years is remarkable. Stupid when you look at it, really. But hopefully we can come away with a second European trophy, mate. But yeah, we've pushed on higher than Real Madrid. And the Real Madrid, I was watching the reviews, lads, seeing it on BT, Modric and Courtois interviews and Carlos. They know about our threats and they know about our quality. So they're not going to be coming into the game with the notion of their arrogance. I know, as we said, the media big it up in terms of the stories and all that. But yeah, we're just so blessed. And I just want this game to start. I wish it was starting tonight, but got until Saturday night. But we'll have these boys 100%.
Before I get you, Savage, I just want to say there's 180 people watching right now. So guys, please hit that like button. We're only on 32 likes. 180 of you watching. So please go and hit the like button if you like what you're watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Please. Thank you. Savage, your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, similar to what Jack said, to be honest. Physically, the change in people like Trent, it's massive. He's a man now. You know what I mean? He was a youngster back then. 4 years ago. The squad is more experienced. It's actually not even far off what we're playing now, to be honest, because only Milner and Wijnaldum started that game.
Yeah.
Carrier started that game, and Lovren started that game, and Bobby. Apart from that, everyone else is still the starting lineup pretty much. But there's a difference with our bench, though. We had Solanke, Lallana, Chan on the bench. That was a Chan who was already talking about leaving as well. So it was a bit of, But for me, it's kind of crazy that you said that, Jay, because if you what there's article from Ben Zimmer, he said the exact opposite to what you said, which is obviously not right. He said that Liverpool haven't changed since that final, and we've changed loads. But I think that's not the truth. I think they're coming towards their tenure as a great football team. Of course, they're just going to improve. They always do. But yeah, their 2018 team. While I was watching that game, I was confident that I thought we could beat them. When Mane had got back to 2-1, I thought we could win the game as well. But obviously, we just didn't have enough in that game. And then, I didn't expect Bale to come on and do that. We're never going to know in it, but Carragher's 2 big blunders and then that bicycle kick is what won him the game. Apart from that, we were in it. Lovren pocketed Ronaldo, so did Trent. So I just think that there's a massive difference. We're the better team now. We're not the underdogs. I know Real Madrid don't like it, but it's less pressure for them. So we'll see, man. I can't stop thinking about we can only go off what we saw Real Madrid do already this season. And they haven't done anything impressive apart from the fact that it's impressive that they came back in these games. But they had to get in that position to have to get back in the first place. They weren't very good against Chelsea. Chelsea should have beat them. PSG should have beat them, and Man City should have beat them. In all the games they were down. Benzema was the difference against Chelsea massively. He was the standout. Benzema against Man City wasn't really good. He didn't do anything until the last bit of the game. And their defenders. I mean, I was in Jamie's chat while he was commentating on the game. They were terrible. They were terrible. They were falling all over each other. Alaba was doing stupid things. Courtois, who on his day he does these world-class saves, but in the same game he'll do something stupid. For me, I don't know, man. I just think that we're a better team. We're better than them. We're the best team in the world, bar Man City a little bit, just because I have to give them credit for winning the league. But the fact that there's 1 point in it and we're in the Champions League final and we've got 2 trophies already. Yeah. Boys have to just go in and believe that, man. You're right. They can't be playing the occasion. The occasion usually gets to you when you're the underdog and you're overwhelmed, but they're experienced now. Just listen to people like Trent's interviews and stuff. Even that's different the way he speaks now. And I just partly because I don't want to, but on top of that, just because I don't think so. I can't see a world where we don't win this game, and I really don't see it going to extra time at all. I mean, my heart rate can't take any more penalties, but we're just a better team. You know this football heritage thing, what's flying around the internet now, because people can't think of their own ideas. So when Mourinho said heritage, everyone laughed at him. But now, because Real Madrid came back against Man City, heritage is a thing again. Yeah, it's like a nice thing to talk about as a football fan, but it's not real, is it? Like, it's not like the team when Zidane scored in 2001. It's not the same Real Madrid squad. It's completely different. Yes, the club and the fans, there's a feeling around the club. We have it as Liverpool fans as well, nights at Anfield and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's 11 versus 11. We just done a combined 11, and they had 3 players in it, just about. And it's arguable. We got to beat them, man. We got to beat them and put a stamp there, and then we can go and enjoy the parade, and we can have the celebration what the boys deserve and Klopp deserves, women's team deserves, and us fans deserve, man. It's going to be a beautiful night. I'm not worried about these at all, man. I respect them. I respected them my whole life, Real Madrid, but at some point, man, this has got to come to an end for them, and another Champions League. Will that be 5 in however many seasons? Come on, man. No, we win that game, man.
It's madness. Heirs of the Curtis can carry the ball.
He can. He's really good at carrying the ball.
He's very good at it. I don't understand. I'm never going to. Me and Jake spoke this about before as well. Well, I just don't understand the criticism that Curtis Jones gets. He's a young footballer learning his trade. And the problem with Curtis Jones has, he doesn't get enough game time. And when you don't get enough game time, that's where your development's going to be. It's not just in the training. You've got to go out there and play game after game after game. That's where your development is. So Curtis comes in a lot of the time cold. So he'll come into a game cold. And everyone expects him to have, I don't know why everyone expects him to have like a Diego Maradona game from midfield. I never understand it. I think he's a young lad learning his trade at the highest level. He's not playing for Woking. He's playing at the highest level you can as a professional footballer. Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League and in the Champions League. It doesn't get really much higher than that. And yes, sometimes he flatters to deceive, but the kid's 21 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm flattered to deceive now and I'm 40. Do you know what I mean? It's just, It's just he's a young kid who's learning his game. But for me, that is why I've got a feeling Curtis might need a loan next season to play more football and help his development.
Fans are becoming entitled, isn't it? So
yeah. Well, you're at time, is it?
Yeah, I think the benchmark that we could look at is Mason Mount. Like Curtis, he's a Chelsea so and so, and he improved once he got back from the loan, and then he just thrived for Chelsea. I think if we do the way how Mason Mount is, I think that he could come back as a better footballer. That's all I have to say about Curtis.
I agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah. Curtis has got to be he can be a great footballer. He just needs.
If people look at the season as well, it is a bit unfortunate because I know that there's this thing where putting him out on loan, and I'm not saying it's a bad shout, but realistically, it was just a time in this season of the injury got to his eye and COVID, because he would have played in all them cup games and it would have been enough games for him. He would have had all them League Cup games. We've got to every final, so he would have played in every single game. And unfortunately, he came back from COVID and then got that eye injury and he was out for a while in the January, Christmas time, January and February. Saw the cup times on it and he was injured for the whole thing. But he was great last season. He was one of our best. We were not good last season, obviously injuries, but we weren't very good. And he was keeping Naby out the team last season in midfield. People need to respect him a little bit more, man. He was the flavour of the month, and then you know what I mean. There was a dodgy throw in. He gave a throw in away against West Brom. Everyone turned on him. But realistically, I remember rival fans talking to me about Curtis, saying that Curtis guy is proper good, isn't he? And they wouldn't just be saying that, you know what I mean? So
no, it's we just got to believe in it. Always, we love our players, and I think, as you said, boys, we are entitled, and we have been spoiled. We are spoiled with this team, and I think players that come in and out. And the best thing about Klopp is he gets the best out of the players in which he's got at his disposal, isn't he? And I think people look at like Foden and Trent. Foden and Trent are generational. Those two players are they will be the pinnacle of Welsh football. And I think everyone just expects to see Curtis. And players develop differently, don't they? You got obviously RB Elliott as well, still 17, 18. He's ridiculous how young he still is. But it's Jürgen will know the time when it comes. And it'll be interesting, I think, in the summer if we do bring on one or two midfielders, if Ox does leave or certain players. But I'm open. I think I'd love to see Curtis to go away this summer off the back of winning Champions League and 2 other cups, to come back and do what Trent done this season. To come back with a nutritionist and obviously bulk up a bit more, especially because he had that technical ability of him and he had a bit more strength in his upper body. I think Naby's bulked up a bit, tiny bit more.
Yeah, he has, definitely.
Yeah. It saves him getting kicked around and breaking like glass. But yeah, Curtis, not just that he's a scout anyway, but you're not at Liverpool Football Club for. If you're not a good player, you won't be at Liverpool Football Club. And Curtis, can't wait.
Jack's right, man. If you look at the comment from Stephen there, it says some players need more time. Salah and KDB at Chelsea. Mate, they both went on to be the best players in the world. It's not, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He's a young lad. He's got so much time. Evan is saying you can never be better than Madrid. Fair enough. And beating, I hate this, beating Inter. So Inter were Italian champions, guys. So, right. I'm going to say this, like eating Benfica and Villarreal. Right, I'm going to say this one more time. So, all this simple route nonsense. So, if people want it to be the old-fashioned European Cup where it's only champions that go into it, we beat more champions of their domestic leagues going to this final than any other team. So, can we? So, if you wanted it that way, only European, like it was in the old days, the only ones who play in the European Cup were teams that won their league. You're going to get a very watered-down Champions League, let me tell you right now.
It's such a boring argument, bro.
Some of the teams around Europe in their European leagues, you lot take the piss out of. So if you just want them who win their league to be in the European Cup, then you think that was an easy. It's going to be even easier. Inter Milan won their league. We beat AC Milan, who just become crowned Italian champions. We beat Atletico Madrid, by the way, twice in the group. That City only just sneaked past 1-0 in 2 games on aggregate.
If it was that easy, Jane chatting lads, innit? Why is your club not won the Champions League then?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we beat Villarreal, who beat Man U in the final last season.
Yeah,
We're talking about.
The only reason Villarreal were there, exactly. They beat Man United in the European final. It's just all this easy talk all the time.
We've been having it all season because people have been talking to us about the penalties as well. That's come up in topic now all of a sudden.
Oh yeah,
Liverpool, because of Merson running his mouth, we only beat Chelsea on penalties, so we didn't win anything. I'm like, mate, tell Italy to give the World Cup back then. I watched all. What are you talking about? The game is the game, bro.
Yeah,
it's like the rules of football. Like we don't take all the accolades from everyone that's won penalties.
It's Liverpool for you, innit?
Yeah.
They took our league titles off us because it weren't called the Prem, and now they're trying to take these off us as well.
World Cup 1994, the final between Italy and Brazil. So yeah, it wasn't a very good game. Neither team could beat each other, but Brazil won the World Cup on penalties. So Brazil not get that World Cup? You know what I mean? It's just Chelsea beat Bayern Munich on penalties in their Champions League final. So
does that mean you can't win a game on like in real time if your team scores a penalty? Does that not count now?
No, it's just
because if it's the case, then give us the league title. Because I watched Man City's games this season. A few of them ended on penalties, bro. So
no,
I
don't think we got even give a penalty in the league, did we, boys?
No, we didn't.
All season,
actually. Yeah, we did. Salah.
Salah missed. Yeah.
Salah scored 3 and missed 1 against Leicester. But they weren't match winners. None of them were match winners.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Ivan, you've got to respect Real Madrid. There's no doubt about that. But respect has to be in the changing room, but not on the pitch.
It's earned on the pitch, isn't it? Yeah.
Because I don't want us to play the occasion. Just play the team. And our team is better than Real Madrid's team. And if we play it like that, we win the game. Simple.
3-0 up in the first 15 minutes. Real Madrid is going, oh, fucking on again.
That's the thing. Chelsea got at this Madrid team multiple times. Mate,
Mendy ran out the goal is why they lost the game. Remember, he just ran out. He just ran out the goal to the halfway line.
Just had a moment of
full on Adrian, didn't he?
I agree. Curtis Jones has a world-class potential. Just needs rhythm.
Yeah, agree.
Man, match performance is getting. Yeah. I mean,
to be fair, Mbappe was better than Chelsea, than Real Madrid in the whole game. In the whole 2 legs against, he was better than them. Just Mbappe on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a live wire.
Yeah.
He was a live wire.
Yeah, Mbappe is just different.
I hope we come out with Mbappe shirts after we've won our 7th. Yeah, we get Ibu brings out some Mbappe shirts.
Put an Mbappe shirt. Imagine.
What do you not think happens to them? Like when obviously when the team wins a cup or they get to a final and stuff like that. You know what Real Madrid do in the number 14 top. What would have happened if they didn't beat Man City? Where does them tops go to charity, bro? They're just going to be there in a box with 14 on the back.
Yeah, just lash them in the bin.
And that's another thing. Did anyone see Benzema's interview? Where he said Liverpool have been cocky and they think they've already won it. They were the team that put 14 T-shirts on.
He's Benzema, man. He's trying to be a better man than Benzema. He's found God in that now. Remember, Benzema's a shithouse. Everyone forgets. He was blackmailing teammates not that long ago. He's trying to change his life, but every now and again, something brings it out in him and he says something they shouldn't.
Only just got back in the French squad and all that. It's all like...
man.
He's just ending his career on a high, ain't he? That's what it is.
He's a great footballer, man. Questionable man, though, but
Van Dijk could just slap him on the back of the head on Saturday.
100%.
Like, move.
I mean, that's the thing with Madrid's attack. So you can't actually see Benzema taking on Van Dijk, can you? No one actually does. No. I've not seen one. I mean, I saw. We didn't even play Van Dijk against Benfica, but what is it? Was it Martinez for Inter Milan? Everyone raved about that kid. He was running and running, had his head down, didn't he? As soon as he put his head down, Van Dijk was in front of him. He stopped and literally just passed the ball. Instead of
the reason why he scored that rocket from outside the box because he was too scared.
He didn't want to run at him. He thought I'd just have a go instead. And that's what and even Benzema, I don't think Benzema will try. You can't bully Van Dijk. He won't be able to bully Konate, by the way, because Konate's just, he'll probably lean on Konate the most and hopefully thinking, oh, he's a young lad. he's gonna have a mistake in him maybe. So I would just press on him for 90 minutes.
Best compliment I can give him is Benzema. He feeds off scraps more than anything.
Yeah.
Like that Man City game when they got the goals back, he shouldn't have been able to score the goals he did. He feeds off scraps, but standing up against Konate and Van Dijk, I think Benzema might be quiet for a lot of the game. Just got to not do no stupid mistakes, and we should be fine.
Yeah. That's what makes Benzema dangerous. Like
He's dangerous, man.
I thought he was awful against Man City in that second leg. Quite all game.
He was bad.
He scores 2 goals. That's what you got to be careful of. You can't think, Benzema's off his game today.
He's great in the air as well, isn't he? In headers, he's great in the air.
That's why.
Yeah.
Go on, Tom. Is it?
Yeah, I just listened to, was it Guillem Balaguer?
Balaguer,
journalist, yeah. And he said, he even admit Real Madrid do not have a game plan for any of the games that build up. And they just relied on individual moment. So that's the only thing I'm concerned with, especially Benzema.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any moment he could just turn up. So that's the unpredictability and the risk. I mean, not the risk, but the threats from their side. Yeah,
I agree. They're a lot like us, aren't they? They're a lot like how we used to be, where we had to just depend on Gerrard moments and stuff like that.
Yeah. They are relying on moments at the moment, Drew, don't they? That is what they're relying on. They're relying on them little moments, and it's getting them over the line at the moment.
Virgil's looking forward to playing against Benzema. So
what is going on in the chat between everyone, Liz and everyone?
What arguing?
I ain't really read it properly because I've been talking. I agree. What a twat! Who's a twat? What is? No.
They're on about Merson.
Yeah,
hopefully it's not me, Chas.
What's going on? I'd rather win on pens than lose. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Never easy making it through any group. Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of when we started that group, I remember I had mates of mine who ain't Liverpool fans, especially being there someday in South London. So I'll get all, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, they're all in your ear. That's a difficult group. You got to struggle. You might not get out of that group. Then we win it, like the first English team to win all 6 games in Champions League group. Go for it easy. Yeah. Now it's like, that was a really easy group. You walked out of that. Never had any competition.
Did Man City have Club Brugge in their group?
Yeah. Man City get the easiest group every season.
1-5-0 both legs.
Always.
They get Atalanta, Club Brugge, and Shakhtar Donetsk.
I mean, they're talking about us. Real Madrid have FC Sheriff in their group, bro, and they lost one of the games.
At home. Was it at home that they lost?
Lost at home.
Bernabeu,
Yeah. A team I've never even heard of in my life, and I've watched football forever, and I've never even heard of them. I thought they came out of Bob Marley music as well. It's mad. There's 450 people watching right now, so please go and hit the like button, guys. We're only on 40 likes. Over 400 people in the chat right now. Go and smash that like button, guys. Come on, get them likes right up. It helps me out loads. I would really appreciate, guys. And subscribe as well if you like this sort of stuff. I'm on every day of the week, sometimes twice and 3 days, times a day as well. So, yeah, and I've just looked at it now. I am 70 watch hours away from being monetized as well. So,
I'll get that in this weekend, man.
Yeah, so
come on.
Can't wait. And all the hard work and everyone subscribing, thank you very much as well. Everyone's helping out on the channel. Much love to all of you. Bog as I say, if it wasn't for Villarreal, we could have played Bayern. So blame Villarreal. Yeah. We could have had Bayern Munich in the semi-final, but yeah, Villarreal beat Bayern Munich, the German champions. But we had an easy ride to the final. It makes no sense. And you got an easy ride to the final. Did you see Man City's race to the final last season? By the way,
yeah, exactly. For all these people talking rubbish, man. Listen, it's gonna come back around when the Super League starts, bro, and you start playing Real Madrid, Barcelona every week, bro. Because it's fine. You should see who moans about it then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jesus, Man United in Europa League playing in Albania and Russia and Ukraine and
Trabzonspor
and then getting knocked out of the group stages and going in the Conference League. It's going to be beautiful.
It was Spurs that couldn't even get out of their group in the Conference League.
Yeah, they just
lost to the worst team, man.
they gave it up in the end as well, didn't they? With COVID, they just went, "No, we can't bother." Just got names like, "I'm not playing another game." Collins, I'm not playing another game in the Conference League. We've all got COVID. We're just going not play again. We're just like put that in, and then, didn't you UEFA throw back because of it or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's madness. Would you UEFA throw Real Madrid out if they couldn't fulfil a potential game?
Perez has probably
Never.
sent over 200 million, Annie, for Saturday.
Yeah,
Some cheeky envelopes.
Let me just get through some of these chats first, and we'll get to score predictions. It's okay in February. I don't know where everyone's no penalty in this final. There will be goals. Liverpool 3 goals to 1. The press Diaz is a class. Benzema will be popular off Virgil. Thiago Modric. Big up, Chris. I think you're new to the chat. Speak yourself up. Thank you very much. Off topic, but funny. Jack Grealish taking the mick out of Mahrez, saying he's as bad.
Oh, that was so funny.
Poor Almiron. Like,
what's Almiron do wrong? What does Almiron? He could have picked on so many different players. He picked on poor Almiron.
Almiron doesn't stop running. I'll give him that.
I mean, Almiron. Not only has Almiron got that face, he has to deal with the rest of his life. I mean, but then you insult him like that. It's just, I don't know what Grealish is smoking either. It's not like he's been fantastic this season. Was it 2 goals, 2 assists in 100 million? Yeah.
Massive had more goals than him.
Yeah,
Massive had more goals.
I like Grealish. I think Grealish is a decent footballer, but you know, he's the as of the cop, it wasn't okay to be honest. We play in a league of fine margins, or one lost ball here there or here, and the counter attack. We draw the game. We should have won, and we get in trouble. Jammer, I don't know. I think I've gone through so much of your comments, guys, so quickly I haven't really.
It's because they're in conversations with themselves, Jamie. That's why they're talking between each other.
Away. I love Liverpool so much, but really want Benzema to win. How can you say you love Liverpool so much, but want Benzema to win? Right. I'll let you live on. Don't worry. Thank you for your comment, though. Beautiful. Merson has his nose in Charlie's armpit. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I got off before. Just went on PS4. No worries, Andrew. You can come off whenever you like, mate. No, TWA. Why you
exaggerate more about Van Dijk?
Oh, extravagant. What? Yeah, you gotta say. I don't understand what you mean by that, mate.
No exaggeration about Van Dijk. Best centre back in the world.
Are you saying we're picking up Van Dijk too much?
Must be Man United.
I think we're downplaying him this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I've said it. I put Van Dijk in my for Player of the Year for us. Van Dijk was immense this season. I think what it is, we come to the thing now that because no one attacks Van Dijk in a match, he doesn't do a lot of work on the eye because all the action goes down Matip's side. So Matip's in the action more than Van Dijk is. Take Van Dijk out of this team, guys. We're not getting close to Man City.
Jamie, I agree with you, man. I see that on player ratings all the time. Yeah.
Look at last season, Van Dijk didn't play a whole year. We finished 3rd. But you still had your Salahs, your Manes, Jotas, all that was still playing. But took Van Dijk out, you saw the problem. Van Dijk is still, for me, Liverpool's best footballer. It's just because he plays centre-back, no one thinks about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I see that on player ratings all the time, Jamie. Yeah. People will be like, I'm marking Van Dijk down because he had nothing to do. I'm like, what? He had nothing to. He organised the defence is the reason why. Even when he was speaking to Rio and he said, "Don't you get bored not having nothing to do?" Because Rio was like, "I'm always itching when and Van Dijk was like, "Nah." It's like as long as the team's winning the game, I'm happy. I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
He's organising that whole back line. He tells Robbo where to stand. He shouts at Trent, who's on the other side of the pitch. He gets Matip in line or Canate in line.
He's quite funny though, isn't it? When his side's empty, you watch Van Dijk's side and it's empty, and you watch Trent's side, and it's just like everyone's bombing down. I feel for Trent. I do feel for Trent because if Van Dijk played on that side next to Trent would never get exposed as much as he does. No one's speaking about Trent's defensive stats this season, are they? Even though he's got the best stats out of everyone in Europe.
He's got number 1 on one-on-one duels in Europe. I thought he was in the Premier League. It's actually in Europe. He's got number 1 stats in duels.
He's made the most tackles as well. Van Dijk's got the aerial duel. Basically, a whole defense, and then Ali with clean sheets and saves one-on-ones.
I don't understand why people think Trent's meant to be Palio Maldini at defending.
It's because he's Scouse, bro. He plays for Liverpool and his Scouse. It's double for everyone. They can't take it.
It's just, I said this all the time, and I will keep saying it. Any fullback going up against a very skillful, talented, quick winger will get occasionally beaten.
Of course. Zaha does it to people every week.
It's just the way it is. I saw Stevie Nicol was my favourite ever fullback. Absolutely blinding fullback. One of the only defenders, he's one of only 5 defenders ever won Player of the Year in the old First Division as well. And tremendous fullback. He scored 12 goals a season as well, by the way, Stevie Nicol. Great player. But I've seen him before get skinned by very good attacking, tricky wingers. Doesn't mean he can't defend. It just means it happens sometimes. It's allowed. You know, the only it's probably happened to Maldini, although I've never seen it happen to Maldini because he's a freak. But it's probably happened to him occasionally in some game when he's playing in Italy.
Of course, man. If you played against Ronaldinho, it's happened to you, man.
Yeah, Ronaldinho's gone round him or something like that. It doesn't mean he's trashed, you know what I mean? It does my head in. And the Trent stuff is it's madness.
It's like that with the Van Dijk one, boys, as well, isn't it? Oh, Van Dijk got dribble passed. Like, oh my God. Is that we're living in a world of that now? Like, that's when you know your players are world class, aren't they, boys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the small little things.
Jack's right, man. Jack's right, because I remember Arsenal fans, we beat them 3-1 and they were talking about Pepe getting past him. All right.
Oh, God, yeah, they didn't sharp about that, did they? But they got 70. But what they don't tell you at the end of that is that Van Dijk got back and took the ball off him.
Yeah,
that's what they end up like when they talk about. Pepe ran past him, and it ends conversation. But then you carry it on and go, but then Van Dijk got back and took the ball off him. So what did he actually achieve? It's just nonsense. It's just stupid. Jamie UEFA doesn't want Madrid to win Champions League because Perez, a Madrid president who started the Super League. Yes.
Hopefully the ref gives us Everton on Saturday.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah. What's the UEFA president's name again? Corin or something like that. Having a little word. Yeah. Make sure Madrid get nothing. Imagine. Yeah. If you all think that though, man, Real Madrid will never ever be knocked out of European competition. If they went in the Super League, they're playing both. There would be exceptions, I'm telling you. I think Jamrock and Hares of the Cock are having a little Barney, so I'll leave them to it.
There it is.
Please, Liverpool, no pens again. I will not survive another penalty shootout. No, I mean, I'm with Jack, so Jack would be pouring whiskey down my gob.
Jay, have you seen that? What Ali said in his other comment about Rio Ferdinand and John Terry on Twitter? Have you seen the argument?
Oh, you seen the beef?
Hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Rio put himself number one. Why not?
It's because of that Virgil and Rio sit down, isn't it? And he left it. He put Terry at number 5, and then John Terry he tweeted saying stats don't lie, and then Rio said, I can't deal with these fragile egos. He said at this point, if you have to push your stats to make your point, then I can't be bothered. He said you're lucky to get in the top 5 after you racially abused my brother.
Look what I thought Rio. Because Rio really didn't want to talk about John Terry, did he?
You could see it in his face, and he didn't want him.
To talk about John Terry. Can't stand the man. I mean, he racially abused his own brother.
Yeah.
Of course,
he still put him in though.
He put him in the top 5, and Rio put himself number 1. Why not? If I just love the fact Van Dijk didn't put himself in the top 5.
Virgil put Hippier in, man. Love it.
Yeah, Sammy, you've forgotten about, man. He's so forgotten about. What a defender Sammy Hippier was.
Him on corners was something else as a kid. I remember just watching Big Sammy on corners. Like, oh my God.
Sammy was, do you remember Sammy's left foot volley against Juventus?
Oh,
yeah, man. Incredible guy, man.
No, zero pace. Zero pace.
Who's faster though? Hippier or Reece Williams?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a video idea that we should get.
I'd pay good money. 100-meter race between Sammy Hippier and Reece Williams right now, because let's face it, Sammy's not got no slower than he is now in age properly. Let's do it now.
If you can figure that out, you figured out life, man, because that is a question right there.
I'd love to see that race. It might take a while, but I would like to see that race. I reckon Sammy's quicker, I reckon he's got a better
Me too.
stride.
Me
I
too.
I think Sam is quicker. I
He's got
think
30 years on Reese as
Yeah,
well.
I think he's got a bigger stride than Reece. I think.
You think Reece James one? I mean, Reece Williams is one of them people though. You know when like you'll see some stats come out and it will come up with the fastest players in Liverpool squad and it'll be like fourth or something, and we're like, he's not fourth.
Yeah.
Some people can't run with the ball, can they? And then some people can.
Yeah, you get mad stats like that. Like Van Dijk's second fastest recorded speed this season, or something like that. And I'm like, I know Van Dijk's quick, but he's not quick.
He's rapid.
Like a lot of other players, but
Yeah.
you know, like Diaz. Diaz is just as quick with the ball as he was without. Salah is quicker without the ball than he is with the ball. And I think Mane's probably the same. He's quicker with
On the FIFA interview, when they give Mane and Salah their card and asked about the pace, they asked Salah who the quickest is. And he said over long distance, Virgil's the quickest.
Yeah.
And then he said, but he thinks he's the fastest close to Mane. And then Mane said the same thing. Virgil's the quickest over long distance, but Mane thinks he's faster than Salah. So I don't know, man.
Hence why we can play a high line.
Yeah, 100%. Because even like Gomez is rapid as well.
And Matip ain't the slowest.
No, he's not. He's not. Fab's slow.
And now he's more fit. He has speeded up a little bit.
Yeah.
It helps when they're like quite tall and the bigger strides.
Yeah, the strides.
Like,
Yeah.
they're massive, innit?
Take 3 strides and they're back in the penalty box, ain't they? Where I've got such little legs, I'll still be on the halfway line. Diaz scored the winner in Paris. Yeah, we'll
Big
get
shot, man.
Sam. We'll get to the comments. Please like and support our Jamie's channel. Big up, Mr. Buzz.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There's 580 people in the house, by the way.
Oh, beautiful, man.
I don't know where all these people came from, but thank you for coming in, guys. Hope you subscribed and like the video, guys. Thank you for coming in. Do appreciate it. Does the panel think the ref will play a part in the final, i.e., a pen, a sending off, etc.? Who is the ref? Do we know the ref is for the final?
I think I got it up. I think he's ref, doesn't he? Yeah, I got it up. Yeah, for me, I'm hoping, and I think all of us are, that we're not relying on refs. I think this season within the Premier Leagues and games, you know, you've had a bad game when you're having to rely on a referee to get you out of the game. But I'm hoping we do the job. I think we should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see if we can find it out who it is, because there's a lot of European refs I really rate. Like, who was the one who took our semi-final? He was really good. He was just telling Villarreal players to get up. He weren't falling for any of their, and then he sent off.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He
was a good ref. Yeah, there's some really, I can't remember, but I'm hoping that ain't going to be a problem for it. I was hoping like by half time we took 3-0 up anyway, so the ref ain't got a problem. Van Dijk is the talker at the back, and when there isn't a Virgil, we struggle. I do agree with that. The games that Virgil ain't played this season, we haven't been still defensively good. It's not like we're a shambles, but you can see the difference. You can see.
I agree.
I see it in Joel Matip as well. Joel Matip is a quality centre back, but Joel Matip is such a better player when Virgil's next to him.
Yeah.
Especially when Matip does what he wants to do, like come out with the ball, take players on, drill that pass into the midfield. He feels more comfortable doing that if Virgil's there because he knows any slip up. You know, he's got Virgil behind him, can cover that, he can cover him to do it. I think when he's got Kanate next to him, he thinks like Kanate's still a young lad as well. I'm the leader at the two because I'm the elder. So I've got to cut back on my bit a little bit. And I think that, does that make sense? I think that just...
Yeah.
So when Virgil plays, I see a totally different Matip, Kanate, everyone. Let's face it, if any of us played alongside Virgil, we'd look half decent.
Yeah, I think you can have Matip and Virgil and Kanate and Virgil, but when it's Matip and Kanate, you can see the difference.
Yeah, we saw it get balls.
I'm hoping for a Matip. I want Matip to run through the whole team and score, man.
Yeah,
it'd be a thing of beauty, though. It's got it in him.
Definitely. Raging Pot in the house. VVD looks like he's not playing well because he never gets in trouble. Reads again so well, he's cruising. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is how good he is.
Yeah, it's like Ali in it without the one-on-ones. Everyone thinks that everyone else is better, but he makes everything look easy. Alisson does.
Exactly. VVD deserves his flowers. He's still healing, but has been immense till everyone's forgotten what he's recovering from. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably not full strength yet, which is mad. Guys, did you see Rio and Terry going out on Twitter? Yeah, mate. Yeah. Two men in their 40s having a bit of like thing on social media. It's just it's a bit immature, but Trent also gets less help off Mo and Naby if he plays. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is one thing about Trent. It's not like he's got a defensive-minded winger or someone in front of him as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Trent's great. Trent, the Tiger Woods of football, pings a ball like no other, and massively improved defensively ability. Exactly. Oris, Madrid. Oris, you would say that you are a I am in Turkey. Love Turkey. That's where I got married. Don't give Terry your girl's phone number. Jesus Christ. No, John Terry. Yeah, don't invite John Terry around to meet anyone. Rio, Jamie. It was funny to see the comments on the post on Twitter. It's amazing. The Madrid fans in the house. UEFA have no leg to stand on when it comes to Madrid in the ESL. PSG is making a mockery of FFP after announcing over 700 million loss the last few seasons. And they're still dishing out. I didn't think you was allowed to do that.
Corruption, man.
Oh, it's just wrong, ain't it? And then they're making what? Mbappe's LeBron James of football now, isn't he? I thought John Terry was right, but wouldn't introduce him to my missus. I need to go there. Go to the pub, Andrew. Go and get his stuff. Sammy was my first defender. Sammy Hippier was.
Yeah.
You know, he almost went to Oldham Athletic.
Yep.
He almost went to Oldham Athletic, and we were like, no, hold on, we'll have you. And it worked out. 2.5 million. We spent better 2.5 million ever on the player. What a buy he was. Conte is rapid. Chica's in the house.
Come on, man.
The injuries that Liverpool have, what do you think of Liverpool's strongest lineup? Yeah, we went through it. We went through it a bit earlier, Chica. So I think we only said Fabinho would be rested. So
yeah, that's the ref, isn't it?
I
Clement
was about to say, who are you on about here, Clement?
Yeah, it's the French referee.
Yeah, that makes sense. Being in Paris.
Mods assemble, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mods definitely get involved. Can the panel think of a cup or league we have won without a Scotsman in the squad? I don't think we ever have.
Yeah, League Cup 2003, Manchester United. No Scottish men.
No Scottish men. Was there a coach or anything like that who was Scottish?
Nope. We had.
Christ.
Because I think we had Heskey playing Owen, Gerard, Alhadj.
Is that why we won 3-1?
Yeah, Gerard scored that screamer against Man U, didn't he?
Yeah, and Owen, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, Dudek was on crack that game. He was saving all of our Nistelrooy shots.
Yeah, Dudek was quality keeper.
Yeah.
The likes up if you're watching. We are Liverpool. Support Jamie. He's a good lad and liked. There's a cop. Big up yourself, guys. 600 of you in here, guys. Thank you very much.
Come on.
Spamming. Yeah, Oris, just deal with the spamming, mate, and all this crap here.
Yeah. We mentioned the lads as well in chats. We haven't spoke about Alisson much today, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah,
I'm here. Oris, just sort it out, mate. You got the. Yeah, I'm here for the. I'm here for Alisson. So Jack, go for it.
Yeah, no, just out. It's off the back of obviously the final, which we did have all those years ago, but we're just so blessed, and we've been all on the pre-match, post-match shows with Jay and everyone. But yeah. I reckon he's going to be massive. If we are to come away with a win, I mean, Galley's going to have as we spoke to, he's probably been one of our best players. Him, Salah, and Van Dijk. Would you say, boys?
Yeah.
How do you feel he'll be on Saturday?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he ends up getting played with the season. I ain't arguing with it. He's been great, man.
Yeah, I think we gave Ali our player of the year last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Ali's been absolutely mustard. He's tremendous. He's not just Liverpool's best player; he's the best keeper in the world.
He's
fantastic at the moment. His distribution. I know people sometimes mock his distribution, but I read somewhere that no keeper's led to more goals for their team on counters with their distribution more than Alisson.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
His quick throws, his quick quicks. It's not about what Edison does, get the ball down and ping it 80 yards to somebody. It's how quick he is getting rid of the ball, Alisson. He gets it so quickly and starts that.
Oh, that's one point you made there, Jay. You know, Alisson's distribution when it comes to throwing the ball out, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He throws it pinpoint like it's a pass.
Yeah, exactly.
I think was it you talking about that chance? Yeah, it was. You know when the Trent outside of the football in the final.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
sure.
Yeah.
It started from Allison outside of the foot, didn't it?
Diaz
Allison
touch,
outside
yeah.
of the foot to Trent.
First, went pinpoint to Robbo. I think.
Incredible.
Then Robbo went over to Trent, and then Trent outside the right foot. And then
Even against Wolves, he just ran out the box and blasted it away. He
yeah,
just ran out for no reason against Wolves.
just absolutely bored. No bits. But my God, that goal, we scored that goal against Chelsea in the cup final. Because it started with Ali. Ali hit it on that side of his right foot, went pinpoint to Robbo. Robbo then put it across all the way to Trent.
Yeah.
Then Trent first time it's out the outside of his right foot, threw the whole team into Diaz. If Diaz scored that, that's the goal of the season.
I've had it's one of them moments, isn't it, lads? When you sit up and you're like, oh, you go on. You're watching the game, you're like, come on.
It's just beautiful. Right, guys. So I've got to get out of here because the missus wants to go shopping. So, score predictions, guys. Score predictions. I'm going to go with you first, Savage.
3-0 Liverpool.
Goal scorers.
Salah, Diaz, Kanate from a corner.
Beautiful. Oh, I like the Kanate from a corner. I like that. I like that. Jack?
1-0 Liverpool. It's going to be squeaky bum time. I'm going to go 1-0. And you know me, Jay. You lads know me. I do some mad predictions every season.
I'm going for 6-0, 5-0.
I might as well just say that. Triggered all the Real Madrid fans that are currently here.
He's gonna say Benzema own goal now.
Yeah. What is it? Courtois own goal. No, Courtois assist to Salah when he bowls it over. Poetry. No, I'll go with. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go Robinson. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice, man.
I repeated like the 81 final, was it? The one time Real Madrid have actually lost the final was against Spurs, wasn't it? So, but yeah, I go 1-0 Robbo. Not that me I have to take it, but I just anyone in own goal. 1-0 I go with.
Big up. Tom, is it?
Sadio and Mo, and then
nice.
I think Benzema will pull back, but we scored third from corner, so probably Konate. Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah. So I like this talk. So I'm going 4-2. I'm going massive. I'm going 4-2. I'm going 4-2. I think. I'm going for. I think it'll be an open final. I don't think both teams know how to sit in. I think they both want to play front foot, get hold of the ball and control and try and take control of the game. I think that's what's going to happen. I think both teams just go at it, and Liverpool have more firepower. Just have more firepower at the end of the day. But I do see Madrid scoring at the same time. But I think it's going to be a 60-minute match. The reason I say that is because of the injuries to Thiago and Fabinho, and we're not sure on their fitness. But Klopp will desperately want to play them in this game, even if only one of them starts. He'll want both of them on the pitch at some time. I think Klopp wants to try and get this game done in 60 minutes. Get this game done in an hour. Agreed. And just put everything you've got into 60 minutes and try and batter them. Because this Madrid team starts slowly. They're not fast starters to games. They build into games late on. And I don't think if we start high, a bit like we did against Man City, if we start like we did against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final, we batter them.
Yeah. And
I think that's how we go look the play. I know a lot of people are saying we look tired and lethargic. And that game against Wolves, we looked really tired and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. I think that game against Wolves, we were trying to score goals. We're trying to score goals, but didn't have Van Dijk at the back, keeping it simple at the same time. So, no, 60-minute game, we just go for Madrid from the off. And I think we can go a couple of goals. I think Salah's going to have a special game. I know they don't usually turn up for finals. I think Salah actually means revenge when he says it. I think he's the only one.
He sounds like he wants the neck, innit?
I think he actually means it. I think he will score one of the goals he's been trying to do all season.
Cutting on the left.
Cutting in on the left, banging it into the corner. He's been trying to do it all season. He's got to do it because, let's face it, Nacho will give him the room. And I think he's going to bang a special goal into open the score.
Oh, beautiful, man. The one person I'd love to score, the winner, really, is Henderson. I would love it.
Canate. I'm with you on the Canate corner. I'm with you on
It's
the Canate.
yeah, you know that's coming, man. That Canate one's gonna happen, you know, man.
Madrid are not the biggest team either. They're not
Nah.
the biggest team.
Yeah,
Canate
set
and Van
pieces, yeah.
Dijk. Yeah, Canate and Van Dijk would be massive in that box. Set pieces could be really important. I think Madrid will get a consolation goal, basically. I think we could be 3-1 up, and then we get a fourth, and then they get one in like the 90th minute, and then we bring a Milner on just to shore it up and see out the game 4-2. That's how I think it's going.
So what? So basically, from what everyone said, it's gonna be 0-0. It's gonna go to penalties, and we're gonna win, and that's what's gonna happen.
It's going to be the most boring final. It's going to be the most boring final ever. Most teams don't want to lose. It's going to go to penalties.
Yeah, you'll have rival fans next season. You don't deserve a parade because you won all the cups on penalties.
Oh, I could see that now. Oh, now you've said that, I can see it. Winning every cup we won on penalties. And
Mate, penalties, it feels incredible when it's finished and it goes your way, but if it goes the other way, jeez, man.
But I don't want to play Real Madrid on penalties.
No,
I don't want to do that. Chelsea's different. Real Madrid, no. Let's get the game on in 90 minutes, guys. Right, guys. Thanks for everyone tuning in today. That is your preview,
thanks,
guys.
Jamie, man. It's been fun, man.
And Jack, hold on after. I just want to chat to you after, man.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. So, guys, I won't be doing a watch along tomorrow because I am with Jack in Liverpool. I leave tomorrow morning. I've actually got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So.
Yeah, no, Jay, you'll have it. You can use me stuff here,
Yeah, I might do I might do something after if I'm not too. Depends how
how it goes.
Yeah, Jack, don't let him online if he's pissed at his face. He might say something stupid.
I had a drink for a while because I said I don't drink indoors with kids and all that, and I haven't been out because of the pandemic much. So a few whiskies and beers down my face in Liverpool, I'm going to be absolutely out of it. So it should be fun. So I will be back Monday, though, with the post-match call. When I come back home, I will be back Monday with the post-match calling show. So we'll definitely do that. No worries. And Ricky, Luke in the ass, pick up. So, guys, till then, have a good one. What everyone's doing this weekend,
fingers crossed.
where everyone's watching the game.
Big up, boys.
I hope you all have a bloody good time. Enjoy it. Up the Reds. 7's coming home. From me,
7 heaven.
Savage, Jack, Tom, Izzy. You lot been beautiful.